What do you do when you're not working?
Uh, I like to spend my free time with my family, with my wife and my little baby.
Okay, good. And how old's your child?
Um, my little girl is 1 year and 3 months.
Cool. A year and 3 months old. And what's her name?
His name is Maria.
Her name.
Her name, yes, her name.
Mhm. Okay. Um, Very nice. Really cool. Uh, okay. And what have you been up to today? What did you do today, Sergey?
Today I worked at the office and
Okay.
I just came at home.
Okay, so you worked and then you came home. What do you do for work?
Sorry?
So what do you do for work? What's your job?
I am a web programmer.
A web programmer. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, sounds like a cool job. Wilson, how's it going?
Doing pretty good.
Nice, good to hear. And Wilson, what have you been up to today?
Nothing much. Just try to buy my friend a birthday present.
Okay. Uh, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, trying to buy a perfume.
Perfume.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah, nice. It's a good gift. Okay. Anything else that you've been doing?
No, just uh, attended some verbal classes. Not much. Just
Okay.
that. My day was fine, but nothing crazy happened.
Okay. What about this weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Well, tomorrow is the birthday party, so I have to celebrate my birthday, my friend's birthday party.
Yeah. Nice. How old is she going to turn?
It's her sweet 16.
Nice. Very cool. And Sergey, what about you? Do you have any plans for the weekend?
No, I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Okay. What about Sunday?
Uh,
No, less of an idea, probably. Okay. What do you like to do during the weekends? I know you like to spend time with your family, but do you guys go to the park, or do you watch lots of movies and shows, or do you guys, yeah, what do you guys do?
well, I prefer to go out
Hmm.
to spend the time outdoors.
Nice, good, really good. And Alexi, welcome to class. Alexi, how are you?
Hi Joshua, I'm fine, thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice, good to hear, and nice to see you too. And so, Alexi, what have you been up to today?
Where I've been up? Mm,
Yeah, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
uh, Actually, I was at work and I came home and studying uh, on Wordbank classes.
Okay, nice. It's not too bad at all. Um, and do you have any plans for the weekend, Alexi?
Mm, Also, I have some plans on my weekend and I go with my family. Uh, mm, I think, and I will have meeting with my friend.
Okay, nice. Sounds like a pretty full weekend, but a good one. Okay, well, I think we're good. Let's get started on today's class. Let's start with Sergey. Can you read the title and the words? The
Yes.
next few lines. Sergey,
Yeah.
can you read the title and the next few lines?
Yes. The news.
Okay, yeah, and the next few lines as well, Sergey.
Today we will practice conjugating verbs. read comics, read and discuss news stories, and practice role plays.
Sergey, sorry, can you repeat conjugating? Conjugating?
Conjugating.
Nice. Really well done. And Matteo, how's it going?
Hello, hello. Hi,
Hi.
I'm Italian. My name's Matteo, and
Okay.
here with you. It's a first lesson, first class.
Yeah, I haven't seen you before. So, Matteo, yeah, what do you do in your free time? What do you like to do for fun, Matteo?
In my free time,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. For this weekend, I don't have any plans, special plans. Just my relaxes.
Okay. Yeah, so no plans for this weekend, just to relax. But what about in your general free time? What do you generally like to do?
In general, my free time. Oh, I like going in a pool for swim.
Okay. We could say I like going swimming. Nice. Or you could even just say I like swimming.
Yes, I like swimming.
Good. All right. And Matteo, can you ask Alexei the first question?
Uh-huh. Do you watch the news? I just read this question.
Yeah, just read the question.
Do you watch the news? Why or why not?
Yes, actually, I watch the news, but now I watch only news in English, like BBC News or uh,
Nice. I think we'd say the BBC, like the
BBC.
BBC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
And
really.
yes, and I can see here something new, and I can gain new information.
Nice. Okay. And Alexei, can you ask Sergey the next question?
Do you prefer watching the news or reading the news? Why?
As for me, I prefer reading the news because usually I spend a lot of time with computer, so it's common thing for me to read the news, not watch.
Okay. The common thing for me to read the news, not watch it. Okay. Good. And Sergey, can you ask Matteo the last question?
Matteo, what are some advantages to watching the news? Disadvantages?
Okay. For me, my opinion, I don't have advantage when I watching the news. I have most advantage when I can read the news.
Okay. Maybe for this first part, I don't think there are advantages. So for me, I don't think there are advantages to watching the news. For me, reading the news has the most advantages. Can you repeat that one more time?
Okay. Okay. For me, I don't think there are advantages to watching the news. For me, reading the news has the most advantages.
Good. Okay. Really nice job. Uh, and yeah, maybe Alexi, what about you? So the same question, Alexi.
I cannot hear clear that. Could you repeat this question?
Yeah, so the same question, Alexi. What do you
Mhm.
think?
Uh, mm, when you see no, when you watch the news, you can see by your own eyes what happens in the world, and you can mm, um, mm, make your own opinion about something is going on. But some disadvantage is that you uh, this news can disinformate you about that what happens in the world or in the news.
Okay, misinform.
Misinformed. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Instead of saying some disadvantage, disadvantage is that this news can misinform you about what is happening in the world.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Really well said. Does anybody have any questions or comments on this page? Any questions or comments?
No?
Okay, let's look at this. And Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Good to see you again, Ken.
Good to see you again.
Okay, and yeah, Ken, do you have any plans for this weekend?
This week when no, almost nothing, no plan. So I'm taking.
Okay,
I'm gonna take some class. Yeah,
nice.
that's okay.
Okay, good. Sergey, can you read the title and the words?
Mm-hmm. Vocabulary, correspondent, feature, breaking news, tabloid, story, journalist, editorial, yellow journalism.
Good. The only small thing, tabloid.
Tabloid.
Okay, and any questions about any of these words? Does anybody have any questions?
So, the feature, I know one meaning of this word, but what is the meaning in this context?
Okay, so think feature story.
Ah,
What's a feature story? Does anybody know?
Maybe top news or something.
Yeah, top news. It's like a long, I guess you could say news story,
Mm-hmm.
either in the newspaper, on television, really anywhere, about someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
About someone or something specific. Yeah, so top news generally. So it's like one of the more important things that they're going to be talking about that day. Hopefully that makes sense. And any other questions here?
What is the difference between tabloid and yellow journalism?
Okay, so tabloids aren't always yellow journalism, but sometimes they are. Who can explain what a tabloid is? Does anybody know what a tabloid is?
Kind of tabloid, the focus on the gossip or scandal.
Yeah, so it's like a gossip or scandal magazine.
Yes.
Talks about celebrities, talks about, sometimes they have like conspiracy theories. stuff like that. So it's like, you'd say like cheap news. Yellow journalism is just lies, slander, something that generally is not true or that changes the truth. Often this makes someone look bad.
I see.
Yeah, so yellow journalism, sometimes tabloids have yellow journalism, sometimes other journalists use yellow journalism, but it's just, yeah, like false journalism. Yeah, actually Maria's right too. This is the format of a newspaper, but generally we use tabloids to comment on the content, so. Yeah, format. Really good point, Maria. If you're still watching. Okay, any other questions here? Okay, let's have Matteo. Can you make a sentence using editorial?
Editorial. Someone someone that give a role for journalist, for job journalist, for
I'm not sure.
organize.
I don't think I understood you very well.
Maybe not journalist, but a magazine, newspaper.
Okay, so I didn't hear what you said, or at least I didn't understand. Can you make a sentence using editorial one more time? So use the word editorial in a sentence.
Okay. But I give explained, okay, editorial for me, my opinion.
Not quite. So use the word in a sentence.
Okay. Writer.
A writer?
Writer. No, it's a wrong, because a writer it's a editorial. It's a the editorial a stamp a book.
Not quite. Maria, welcome to class. Maria, how's it going?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Maria, could you use editorial in a sentence?
Editorial. Well, I read 2 editorials this morning. Is that correct? You went silent, so I was not.
No, sorry, that's good. I've read 2, and so I guess. Also,
Sorry?
what is an editorial then? This is
An
really
editorial-
good. It's a great sentence. Yeah.
Do you want me to explain, or can I explain? Okay. Well, it's an article, but it's let me see if I can pronounce this word. Opinionated. Is that correct? It's like someone who has an opinion that writes an article, and it's usually placed like after the front page, like on the inside first page.
Yeah.
The first page inside the newspaper.
Yeah, good. That's actually really well said. Page inside newspaper. Maybe one way to say it, it's an opinion article.
Opinion. Okay.
Yeah,
Opinion
instead
article.
of saying it's an article that's opinionated, it's an opinion article.
Opinionated is a bit difficult, yes.
It is a little bit difficult. Okay, good. Does that make sense, Matteo?
Yeah, now I have a sense. Now I understand. When I read a newspaper, the editorial is the small article usually are at the end of page.
Yeah, so I'm sure it can come in different places in different magazines or newspapers, but it is an opinion piece. So most journalism tries to be unbiased, so it tries to be in the middle. Obviously, it doesn't always succeed. Where an editorial will definitely take a side. It will make a statement and try to defend the statement. Okay, and also, Ale, how's it going?
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone. I'm fine with you.
Doing really well. Thanks for asking, Ale. Okay, and does anybody else have any other questions on this page?
Yeah, I just have an opinion
Mm-hmm.
about the tabloid because I think it's like the format, the size of the newspaper.
Yeah, it's definitely the size of the newspaper. It's like the format that we'll
Yeah.
be talking about. But if somebody says it's a tabloid, we're almost always talking about these, like, it's a different type of news that they present.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime somebody says like, I was reading the tabloids the other day, it's kind of like a derogatory term for, it's like a low class newspaper, maybe would be a tabloid.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I would say like as opposed to a broadsheet newspaper. Isn't that the full size broadsheet?
Yeah, a broadsheet newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that is not so common any longer because here, at least, most papers change the format to tabloid. Even the morning, serious newspapers like morning newspapers, they change to tabloid because, it's more convenient to read it.
Okay, yeah.
In
And I think
public
that's
places, you don't have to, hit the one who's
Yeah.
next to you.
yeah. So and you've got a really good point. I think we'd still refer to those, at least in English, as just the newspaper. And so the term has become more than what it was. So it's taken on a lot of meaning because, yeah, the people who were doing gossip and scandal stuff were using the tabloid format first, and so the format became a synonym to the content instead of the format now. So still the literal meaning remains the same, so you're correct. But if somebody's talking about tabloids, they're not talking about that newspaper that's in the form of a tabloid. They're talking about, maybe the gossip rag.
What do you say about morning newspapers? Because we say
Just a
morning
newspaper.
Newspaper, okay.
The newspaper.
Mhm.
Yeah.
New
Okay.
York
and
Times and stuff.
Yeah. Or you could name it by the name, which is good too. The Times, the Journal, stuff like that.
Okay.
Let's go here, and let's have Alexei. Can you read the title?
Okay, fill in the blanks. Conjugate the verb.
Good. Can you try the first one too, Alexei?
Okay. Our foreign correspondent in the Greece for the past 2 weeks, covering this story. We turn to him now.
Good. How would we conjugate to be?
I can hear. I cannot
How would
hear
we
you clear.
conjugate? How would we conjugate the verb to be? We need to conjugate it.
Is in the Greece? No. Sorry. Have been.
Close, but he.
Has
So
been.
remember, yes.
Yes, has been.
Can you read the whole sentence?
Okay. Our foreign correspondent has been in Greece for the past 2 weeks covering this story. We turn to him now.
Good. Nice job. Okay, and Ale, can you try the next one?
Yes. Today, I think breaking news is about an officer who breaking the drug traffic ring in New York City, I think. No?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. And so breaking news works. There's another word that works a little bit better. What word would we use?
But I lost the first part of the lesson
Ah,
where I think you can explain feature for someone, something specific. Maybe feature is
mm-hmm.
the today feature is about an officer who breaking the drug trafficking ring.
We wouldn't use the gerund. We'd use
Uh,
a different tense.
okay. Breaks the simple present.
We would want to use the past tense, probably.
This is about who's broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Today. Okay.
Okay, can you read the whole sentence one more time?
Yes. Today's feature is about an officer who broke the drug trafficking ring in New York City.
Nice. Okay, really good job. Ken, what about the next one?
Okay, that news agency is rubbish. They have been printing for the past 10 years. Is yellow journalism.
Nice. Really good job with the present perfect progressive. Nice work, Ken.
Thank you.
Okay, what about the next one?
Mm-hmm. The breaking news. No. The correspondent who the terrorists.
So we already used correspondent.
Correspondent.
We've already used it though. So correspondent would work.
Journalist.
It's up here. Mm-hmm.
The journalist who the terrorists have been held captive for the past months was released yesterday.
Okay, so we could use two different tenses here, depends, but it's something that happened in the past and continued and then was also interrupted in the past. So because yesterday it stopped happening.
Held.
Okay, that could work. I'd use something that has the progressive in it. Because for all that time, there was happening going on, so it was
Have been
continuous.
holding.
Yeah, so you could say almost have been holding, but it ended yesterday. So we need it even further in the past. So use the present perfect progressive. How do we put it into the past perfect progressive?
Had been holding.
Uh-huh. Good. Had been holding. Would work. The journalist who the terrorists had been holding captive for the past months was released yesterday. You could also just say were holding.
Mm-hmm.
Would work as well. So you could use that past progressive. Both work. Both are correct. Sergey, can you read that whole sentence?
Yeah. The journalist who the terrorists had been holding captive for the past months was released yesterday.
Good. And Matteo, what about the next one?
Okay. Breaking news. The euro finally recovering.
If you wanted to use the present progressive, you could, but you couldn't use the gerund.
In this case, is has been recovered.
Not quite. So you can use a couple different tenses here. You could use the present progressive. You could use the past tense.
In this case, it's present progressive because the euro finally now it's recovered.
The euro finally what?
Recovering.
That's the gerund.
Ah, okay. Present progressive is
Remember the present
have
progressive
been.
The present progressive uses the verb to be. And then a verb with ing. So just to be in the present tense.
This case is have recovering.
The verb to be, not to have.
Are recovering.
Close. So I am, you are, he is. Then we'd look at we are.
Okay, is recovering.
Yes.
The euro finally is recovering.
Yeah. Good. And that would work for sure. Okay. And good. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's skip that for now. Let's look at this. And let's have Maria. Can you read the comic?
Yeah. It's a bit blurry, but I'll try.
Hold on.
You call this news? This isn't informative. This is a sound bite. This is entertainment. This is sensationalism. Fortunately, that's all I have. Unfortunately, that's all I have the patience for.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
and Maria, what's happening here?
Well, we call this little guy Kalle. I don't know what he's called in English.
Alvin.
Colin. Okay. Colin is watching the news and he complains, I think, that it isn't good news. It doesn't give the information he wants, and I guess he's complaining about tabloidism. How do I pronounce that? I'm making it so difficult for me, but he complains that it's only gossip news. And then he realized that it's actually quite relaxing to watch gossip news. I guess.
Yeah, it's relaxing. It's entertaining.
Entertaining, yeah.
He doesn't have to focus too hard on it. Yeah, exactly. And so, Alexi, what do you think this is trying to say about news? Is it trying to comment on news?
Yes, that kid tried try comment this news. He said that this news sounds bad and this is entertainment.
Okay, I guess. Do you agree or do you disagree? Do you think that a lot of the news is just entertainment, sensationalism, and soundbite?
What am I think about that?
Yeah. Do you agree or disagree?
With this guy or with this kid?
Yeah. Do you agree or disagree about Calvin's opinion of the news?
I cannot decide what is this news is meaning.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
I cannot decide what is this news is mean. What about this news? What this
So,
news about?
just the news in general. So, news on television generally. Do you think that he's right that it is mostly entertainment and sensationalism, or do you think he's wrong? Do you think the news is more meaningful than that?
It depends depend on what channel you watching.
Mm-hmm.
You are watching.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And Ade, what about you? Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, I'm agree because I think that often the media try to pump the news. Can I say pump for yes is right?
Pump up.
Yes. Pump up. Okay. Sometimes there are news that aren't important, are are not important, but the the media try to uh, try to so wait a moment. Try to transform to change this news in important news.
Yeah. Yeah. So they try to exaggerate or transform the story into important news. In English, we call that selling the story. So they try to sell the story. Okay. And Ken, about this last part, fortunately, that's all I have the patience for. What do you think that's trying to say about consumers or viewers, people who watch the news?
Sorry, can you repeat the
So actually we've lost Ken.
question?
Sergey, this last section, fortunately, that's all I have patience for. Sergey, what do you think that's trying to say about viewers?
Uh, mm, well, I think that this boy kind of is in unstable he can't control himself.
Okay, yeah.
So he can't watch the whole block of news, and kind of man who constantly switching the channels.
Okay, I don't think he quite switches the channels here. I think it's a little bit different. Maybe, Matteo, what do you think here? What's this last part trying to say about viewers?
Okay. And in the last part, I think Calvin he's a quiet after see this this news because he haven't interest for this.
Close. I think it's a little bit different still. So he's quiet after seeing news because he isn't interested in it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think it's a good sentence. Maria, how would you interpret it?
The last part.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't follow exactly, but I think he likes the news. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Okay, so he's enjoying himself?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So if Calvin is maybe replaced with people who watch the news, what's it saying about people who watch the news?
In general?
Yeah.
If Calvin is replaced with people who watch the news in general,
Yes.
what does it say about people? Or what was the question?
Yeah, what's
Can
it
you-
say about the people who watch the news? This
That
is kind of
people-
tricky.
That people aren't very interested in informative news? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think they are. Some people are. But
I think for sure. This comic is a criticism of the news, but also of the people who generally watch the news. So we say maybe we're critical of the news.
yeah, but I think it's typical because people in general, people complain about jello journalism, but then they watch it anyways.
Yes, exactly.
I can take me as an example. I would never ever watch, like a show that doesn't have any information in it. And last night, I was watching some kind of award show that was from last year. I don't know why. I just,
Yeah, exactly.
because it was entertaining.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's the idea that people are often critical of news, which is over the top. They're aware that it's sensationalistic. It's maybe not real news. But then they watch it because it's interesting, it's entertaining, it's simple. You don't have to have patience to watch it. You don't have to think about it. So yeah, it's kind of being critical of both sides of the situation. That's
Yeah, but I have like my English. I have English as an excuse to watch these things
yeah.
because I'm thinking, well, I'm learning English when I watch this.
Yeah, we always find good excuses too. But good. I think this is solid. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions? Okay, let's go on to the next page. Okay, we can maybe come back to that. Let's try this, and let's start with Alexei. Can you read the role of the father?
Okay. Father, you think that your family should watch the news all night and discuss it? It's a good way to raise conscientious children who know how to dialogue about what is happening in the world. Convince your son to watch the news with the family.
Good. Nice job. A couple small things. Raise. Can you repeat raise?
Raise.
And then conscientious.
Conscientious.
Yeah, conscientious.
Conscientious.
Nicely done. Okay, and let's have Ale. Can you read the role of the son?
Son, you hate watching the news with your family. You don't mind reading the news, but you think that the TV channel your father likes is too biased. You don't want to hurt his feelings, but it's annoying having to always argue against him. Find a solution without being mean.
Good. So a couple small things. Biased.
Bias.
Yeah, biased and argue.
Bias. Argue. Argue. Argue.
Argue.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, and let's start out with Alexei. Can you read the role, or so as the father, how would you start the conversation? Alexei?
Yes, I can hear you, but I not decide what I should to say about this. Okay. Okay. Yes, son, can you watch the fresh news with your family, with your daddy, or with your mommy?
Excuse me, with your family, with what?
With your daddy, with your
Okay.
mommy and with your daddy.
Yeah. So mommy and daddy are really, that would be very young. So I guess in English, if you're talking about your mommy and daddy, we'd refer to a mommy or daddy maybe when you're less than
With
5
your
years old.
mom, with your dad?
Yeah, I think mom and dad would sound better. Mom and dad. Okay, and
Why don't you want to do that?
why don't you want to? Why don't you want to do that?
Yes. Like a question.
Yeah, why don't you watch it with us? How about that? I think that sounds a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, and Ale, how would you respond?
Dad, you know that I don't like watch the news. The problem is that you and me in the final we will argue about the news.
Okay. I think a good way to say the problem is that you and I will, we can say, end up arguing about the news.
Okay. Yes. And up.
And did you have something else?
Yeah. But if you want arguing also tonight, yes, I will watch the news with you.
Okay. If you want to argue for the rest of the night, yes, I'll watch the news with you.
Yes, for the rest of the night.
Okay, good. Ken, how would you respond as the father?
Okay. Yeah, but the news, is sending important information. So news is not only the yellow journalism, but also it gives important information to live. So you need to know the society more. So let's watch news together, and after that, we will discuss the news. So I think that sounds very fun.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, and Sergey, how would you respond?
Respond. Okay, why not? Let's let's start watching the news and take the seats, sit back and relax.
Let's start watching. Maybe we can take our seats, sit back, and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Matteo, how would you reply?
Okay. Hang on, let's start watch this. Okay, my son, coming here near me, and I put on TV. Turn on TV, and we can watch the news for 30 minutes.
Okay, good. I think this is about good. Maria, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I cannot add anything to the conversation right now. There is no third person. Or
yeah, no, that's true.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I think that's good. I think we're solid. Let's go on.
Solid.
Solid is just good.
We're good. Yeah. We're good to go.
Good. Exactly.
What does it mean? We're good to go. Good to go.
Good to go? It's just ready or complete. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have to wait for anything. We're good to go. We're ready. Okay, and Maria, can you read the comic?
Okay. Conspiracy theories. These ludicrous... No, I can't pronounce that. Ludicrous conspiracy theories are just a smokescreen to hide the incredible truth.
Good. And Maria, what's happening here?
Well, one man, perhaps, is reading a tabloid, and his friend or father or I don't know, another man is telling him that it is all rubbish. And it's a waste of time because he will never get to know the truth behind the real event as long as he's reading that tabloid.
Sort of, yeah. So it's like saying conspiracy theories are crazy because other conspiracy theories. So, yeah.
Do you want me to explain conspiracy theories, what it is?
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
just, the comic is ironic. So we have improbable theory is wrong because even more improbable theory is really kind of what it's saying. So that's why it's funny, is because he's saying that conspiracy theories are wrong because one assumes there's another conspiracy theory behind it. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I do have another class right after this. Thanks for coming in, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.
Okay.
Thank